Welcome to the Bonnie Barnes Show, episode 6. Is this episode 6?
Yeah, 6.
We've only done 6.
6 episodes.
I feel like we've done 78. I'm gonna start. First of all, I gotta show you this new shirt I got. Can you see it?
Be here now.
Be here now. This is gonna be an intense episode. So what I want to do is I want to lead y'all off in a meditation. Lauren and I are going to participate in the meditation, and then the folks at home, anybody listening, watching, you can join it. So first, we're going to start. Let all your air out, Lauren. All right, relax your shoulders. Now this is going to be a visualization technique, and what we're going to do is I'm going to lead you in visualizing something you want that gives you a good feeling. So for Lauren, it could be getting her car fixed. Picture your car not rattling down the road, not full of garbage, like a clean car that a normal person would drive. Picture someone taking that engine out and replacing it, and how good you'd feel. You go, wow, I have the money to get my basic needs met at 27 years old. I know it's hard for you when you look around and you have friends that are married, they're on their second house, So, and you're just trying to get that car fixed. So visualize. For me, I might visualize a deal going through for my husband, John, so we can go to Aspen for Christmas. I really want to go to Aspen for Christmas. I really want to stay through January because Tanya can watch the boys. So basically this meditation is about picturing what you want. I want a great agent at UTA. That's really what I want. But when I bang on the door, bang, 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 they say, come back in 6 months, and I want to bang, bang, bang on the door and have them say, come on in, girl. So you can open your eyes. How'd that feel?
It's relaxing.
Yeah, totally.
Inspiring.
I know. When I do that meditation at home and I think, I want to picture, Jacob. He's my older son, Jacob. I think he's going to be like the next Elon Musk, to be totally honest with you. And I'll picture that. And I'll picture standing next to him arm in arm saying, oh, my son, he's the best. Or, Caleb's going to be maybe the next rocket, or I don't really know. So I'm happy about it all. And I like to visualize more of what I want. I'll tell you what I don't want more of. Lauren and I had a very intense experience. How would you describe a girl? I'm like, oh, I don't even want to talk about it. It made me so tired.
Roller coaster.
Yeah, roller coaster. So, told y'all last week, we got the Equinox here in town, and there was a great yoga class that had started with Brynnlee, who Riley. Who's Riley? That's a boy's name, like Blake. Okay, so Brynnlee, my new yoga teacher, she teaches this great class Equinox. I told y'all last week. She said, come on this yoga retreat I'm doing. And I thought, awesome. Now, I want to tell y'all what I pictured versus kind of what it was. So what I was picturing was sort of like a White Lotus, sort of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I thought we'd all maybe meet up at like some sexy hotel or restaurant, and we'd be greeted with some kind of welcome drink, some kind of daiquiri, and then I thought we might get into maybe a party bus or a Sprinter van. Can you picture this, Lauren? Can you kind of go with this? I know this is totally out of your arena. You never been a part of something like this. Very normal. I just pictured Brynnlee and her friend who was with us, her name was Hope. So when she said, hi, Bonnie, I'm Hope, I thought, well, there's hope for the trip. And boy, were we wrong. We were wrong. I just pictured, sexy setup, getting in a bus, getting taken to some gorgeous resort, and just maybe doing a yoga class in the morning, maybe not, having some wine, talking with some beautiful women that I can relate to, that are in my same stage of life. I didn't want Lauren to come. I said, I think we're a mismatch. I think But then I started getting all this paperwork. They wanted me to fill out all this paperwork. And I kept getting these emails. And like Lauren said, oh, Bonnie, learn how to use the email. I can't do everything for you. I've learned to forward emails. So I'm getting all these emails from this retreat. So I just go forward, 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 Lauren, you can fix it. You got it, girl. And then I got to like the seventh email that I didn't look at, just getting open it. And I thought maybe she should come because I started to get a little intimidated. Isn't that what I told you?
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, this seems like kind of a lot to do by myself. I can have, I thought maybe people are bringing their hair girl. Maybe people are bringing a makeup girl. So I thought, well, I can bring my assistant Lauren to kind of schlep my stuff and help me out. I wasn't going to pay for a room for Lauren. She was going to just stay in my room on the pullout. Or I also thought we could do some kind of thing where we put her in the tub. Like if I called down and said, we need extra bedding, we need a very, very large comforter to kind of make a crib for her, kind of just like a bed in the tub.
It's almost exactly what happened, actually.
Well, we did have a little snafu. So I called Lauren. I said, girl, how would you like to go on a 5-star vacation? How would you like to go on a yoga retreat? I do need you there. It's not for pleasure. It's there for you to carry my bags, respond to emails, make sure I'm getting to, a massage on time or lunch on time. Or, if I get someone's phone number that I want to become friends with, that you take it down. And she was excited.
Yeah. I mean, for everyone listening, the emails that Bonnie was getting were just like intake forms for people to fill out before they
Right.
go on the retreat.
Right.
So
Right.
I filled out my own and I let Bonnie know that that's what they were. So
All right.
hoping that,
Well,
she'd take a
she was
look.
just giddy. She was giddy. She was like, oh, Bonnie, you're the best boss I've ever had. I'm so excited to go on vacation. I'm so excited to get away. And I thought, I bet you are. She kind of takes advantage sometimes. She kind of, she kind of has, for the folks at home, listeners, viewers, have you ever heard the phrase taffy hands? Taffy hands are like someone who's kind of a taker. They take. How much can I get? How much can I grab? That's kind of Lauren. So she decided to come with me. Anyway, she got on Thursday night. We had what did we have for dinner Thursday night? Popeyes. Oh, so good. I love Popeyes. Love Popeyes. And then went to bed, hit the hay early, and we got up around 6. And now we both thought we were meeting at a restaurant. We thought we were meeting at like a Hillstone, whatever. Because again, I thought we were gonna have like a nice steak martini lunch before we got on the van to go.
I
Where did
never
they have
thought
us?
that. The
Where did they have
email
us?
said meet at Dunkin' Donuts.
Right. So they said meet at Dunkin' Donuts. That's where the vans will be. I thought, oh, we're skipping the lunch. We're skipping the icebreaker time. So I thought you meet, a bunch of cool, fashionable metropolitan women. I think you'd have lunch and stand and say, hello, I'm Bonnie. I'm so thrilled to be here. No, we met at Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm learning to really say, this might not be my ideal, but I'm going to roll with it. So I said, I think I was super positive. Like I was like, oh, I can get me a bear claw, you know, which I love. If you haven't had a bear claw from Dunkin' Donuts, it's about the best thing in the entire world. We get to Dunkin' Donuts. We got there a little earlier, I think.
Yeah, we were the first ones there.
We're the first ones there. Lauren went in, got us a couple bear claws. She got herself like 10 bits or whatever, shoved them all in her mouth at once. I thought, you're not a chipmunk, girl. Slow down. You're gonna choke on them.
You
And
ate half.
I did not eat half. I ate half my bear claw because I would never eat an entire bear claw. But then 2 vans pull up, and they were not what we were expecting, right, girl? Equally, we thought it was going to be a little cooler, a little more. They were basically like Windstar white rusted vans from like 2002, maybe. And Brynnlee and her friend Hope get out, and they're like, "Oh, good, you're here. We can't wait to get to the venue." And I thought, okay, the venue, maybe when she said venue, I thought, oh, this beautiful resort, and they're just kind of trying to save a little money on, transportation. So she said, "Can you fill in the back? Can you two, Lauren and Bonnie, can you, go to the back of the bus, and then that way, when the rest of the gals arrive, we can just go ahead and take off." And I thought, I'm not crazy about, being jammed like a little, you know, sardine in the back of this disgusting van. But I thought, whatever, team player. I thought, be like Tom Brady, keep your eye on the prize, be the team player. So we get in the back of the van, which did smell like cigarettes, which I thought's mighty odd for a yoga teacher, Brynnlee, to be a big cigarette smoker. And I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to be judgmental, but finally I said, "Are you smoking, Marlboro Lights in here, girl? Have you had 3 packs this morning? What's with the smell?" I have a very sensitive nose. Okay, I get nauseous. It makes me sick. And she's like, "Oh, this is my Mima's car." I thought, I'm starting to get a bad feeling. Do you know what I mean? Like, Oprah has one of my favorite quotes. She said, "The universe whispers and whispers and whispers. And if you don't listen to the whispers, it starts to scream. And then if you don't listen to the screams, a brick house will fall on your head." So that was we had a couple whispers. And her, saying it was her grandmother's van. I thought, maybe it was taking a turn, but you were fine. It didn't bother you one bit. That you were like right at home. You're like, "Hey, hey, Hope, hey, Brynnlee, what's up? What's good with you?" So anyway, we are sitting in the Mattis van, and our friends, our buddies, for the retreat showed up. 3 of them. They were not what I expected them to look like or sound like or be like. they got in the car.
What did you expect first?
I expected, okay. I expected like Ivanka Trump fit, like Megyn Kelly, like I don't know. I pictured like Kyle Richards. I just pictured women, strong mothers, um, Julia Roberts. I just pictured like an Eat, Pray, Love situation, like Elizabeth Hasselbeck or Kelly Ripa. All right, that's what I pictured. Just a group of gals just like me going on a beautiful vacation. What I got was these gals. It felt like in that moment, I go, it feels like kind of like being on a TLC show. Do you know what I mean by that? Like TLC has like all those shows like The Little People, Big World, and My 600-Pound Life, Honey Boo Boo. It's more like that. So the gals got in the car. They're all in their 50s and 60s. Lauren and I are in the back. And we shove off. We take off for our location. And it wasn't long before Lauren and I started to get nauseous.
A whiff of something.
Yes, we got a whiff, and we thought it was being in the back seat. We thought, oh, we're in the back, and we both get a little car sick. We both get a little, when we're traveling together on a bus or a car, or we don't ride a bus. I don't know why I said that. I think because Lauren's here, I'm trying to make her comfortable. I know she rides the bus and the subway. But when we're in a car or on a plane together, we're on a boat, like when John will take us on the boat, and I'm like, "Come on, Lauren, you can come too." We didn't forget about you, Macaulay Culkin. Come on. We get so car sick. So we both are going, we're looking at each other, we're car sick. And then I started to feel like, I started to get concerned because I thought something's dead in this car. I'm telling Lauren, open it's an old van from, the 90s, something, open all the compartments. There's an old cheeseburger, McDonald's burger in here. There's a diaper, there's a dead raccoon. There's something. I'm like, stop the car. We got to look in the trunk. So everybody's out kind of looking. We don't find anything. We get back in the car, back on the road, and we looked at each other. We looked at each other and we said, we know what it is.
I was elbowing you the whole time not to cause a scene.
Okay. Well, I wasn't causing a scene. My therapist, and lots of people say have boundaries, speak up. If you see something, or in this case, smell something, say something. They were, we realized basically because then Lauren started texting me. She's like, she confirmed because I think Lauren's around people like this more than I am, where this is normal. Because in my world, it's not normal. She said the gals that got in the vehicle after us were not wearing any deodorant, antiperspirant. And she told me that it was their body odor that we were smelling. And when I identified what it was that I was smelling, I was so beside myself. I mean, I was dry heaving, and I'm telling Lauren like cover my, cover me, or like I was telling her to kind of pull her jacket out in case I threw up because it was the most disgusting thing I've ever experienced. So thankfully, it wasn't too far to our location. And I mean, man, when they opened that door, I stopped, dropped, and rolled right out. I mean, I basically kissed the ground when we got there.
It was really bad. I mean, I'm all for natural deodorant, but
I'm thinking it was no deodorant. I don't think I don't even think I don't think we used a spray. I don't think we used, some gals I've seen on TikTok will rub a half a lemon under their armpit. I don't think we did anything. I think they
no,
ran a
I think you're
marathon and then
right.
got in the car. Anyway,
I
we
think
got
you're
to our
right.
location. I don't know if any of y'all have ever heard of Gatlinburg. I hadn't. I mean, I had heard of it because my friend Cheryl, her sons are in a fraternity there, and they're always taking, going to Gatlinburg. I didn't expect to take an all women, adult women's retreat to Gatlinburg. It was sort of the absolute opposite of what I thought. But in that moment, I had such survivor euphoria from being out of that stinky car that I was just like, thank you, God. But then when I came to, and Lauren came to, we kind of looked at each other like, this sort of looks like a shack. Like, if you've ever seen like a shanty town, it's kind of like that. It kind of, there was an outside space with like a little trike and, some fabric hanging down. I started to get
It
this feeling like it's
it
kind
was
of,
a perfectly reasonable, cute cabin that anyone would stay in.
no, I think most people would pull up to that. You're used to roughing it, because you live in Los Angeles where the cost of living is so high and you live in, you can see if you're watching this. I had Lauren kind of blur out her background because I said it's kind of depressing, honey, dead plants on the walls and the cat running around. I just blur it out. Um, but I kind of got this feeling like this sick feeling in my stomach, like this Jim Jones kind of feeling, like is someone gonna bring the Kool-Aid for us to drink, or what's gonna happen. But we bucked up because Lauren was like, sticking me in the back, like, shut up, go along with it. So I was like, all right, well, we're here. The first thing they did is we had to sit in a circle on these kind of like, how would you describe them? They were kind of like tree stumps that someone somewhere along the way had the bright idea to kind of cut down and then set up. So we're kind of sitting on stumps. I felt like when I go to someone's house and they want me to sit on a stool without a back, I say no. And I'm sitting here on a literal tree stump. And they said, pull out your intake forms. We're going to kind of learn a little bit about each other, and what you wrote about before you came here, why you came. Well,
The ones I told you about.
you never told me about them. You never told me about any kind of form to fill out. I love telling my story, sharing my testimony. I would have been writing all night long. You never told me about that.
I think we both know that's not true.
All right. Well, they start with Lauren, of course, because Lauren's approachable and Lauren smiles at everybody and gives everybody high fives and knuckles. And, she's always like, hey, what's cool? What's cooking? What's going on? So they said, we're going to start with Lauren. So why don't you tell them what you said of why you wanted to go to this retreat?
I said I'm working on setting and maintaining boundaries because I don't want to be taken advantage of.
With your girlfriend. Because
Not
she's always
no,
like, get the
no,
night off, take me to Thai food. And you're like, I
no,
got a
no
boss. I
comment.
can't do that. So I'm proud of her for working through that kind of stuff. That takes a real courage. But then they came to me next. I said, let's go counterclockwise, let's take it around town the other way. Because then I felt like I could hear what other people said, and then I could kind of just come up with what I wanted to say. But as everybody went, the next was more depressing than the last. Like the first one was like, oh, I have an ailing elderly mother. I can't get out of bed some days. Then another girl was like, I've been trying to get pregnant for 3 years, nothing sticking, and it's like, I'm estranged from my adult kid. And I was sitting there and I was going, this is not my brand. This is not how I approach life. I wanted to grab each and every one of them and say, you have been given this challenge. This is for you to work through right now. And you're going to sit here and complain about it and cry about it. And so when it finally got to me, I said, I would like to work through constantly putting myself in situations where everyone is a complete and utter downer, buzzkill. Every single person in my life just brings me down, tells me terrible news all the time, sucking the life out of the room. I thought, put on some Stevie Wonder and let's dance. And that's exactly what we did. So little did I know, the next activity was this awesome dance circle, which I thought that's what I want to, that's what I want. I want to dance. I want to move my body. I want to have fun. So we all kind of get set up. We get in like comfy clothes, and the circle started. We're like, what's that song that I love so much? It started playing. The one Stevie Wonder song. How's that go? Oh, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. And I'm noticing. I'm like, Lauren's gone. She's missing this. She's probably in the bathroom on the phone with Alexis. Who's having some kind of freak out because she, can't reach her or whatever. Because we're in the woods. They're very codependent. And we're dancing.
Hiding in the bathroom.
What?
I was hiding in the bathroom.
All right. Well, I didn't know that. And I thought, hold up. Stop the music. I said, let me go get Lauren. She would not want to miss this. So I'm running around banging on all the doors. I'm like, girl, we're doing the dance. We're doing the dancing. And I get in there and she's like, why don't you tell him what you said?
I said, I don't like dancing. And
I don't like dancing. She's like, Footloose.
I said, please don't make me.
She's like, oh, it's like Footloose. We don't dance in this town, blah, blah, blah. I said, get your rear out here. Get your butt out here. We're dancing.
Bonnie's a lot stronger than me, and she dragged me on.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get you out of your comfort zone. So I drag her by the arm. I'm like, I'm going to rip your arm out of your socket, you little brat, like I did with the boys, like I still do with the boys. And we start, and I was pulling out cheer moves. I'm like having the most fun. I was like, put on Black Eyed Peas, And then Lauren gets out, and she does this totally bizarre, never seen anything like it, like just snapping, like some weird, horrible stuff. I was like, cut, give her the hook, everybody's like trying to be nice and clapping along with her snapping or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, she's bombing. So after that,
extremely awkward and uncomfortable. I hated it.
It was not awkward.
I tried to avoid it.
I
tried to avoid it.
Well, that's not what the retreat's about. The retreat is about doing things outside your comfort zone and pushing yourself to work harder, be better, do more, reach out. So, Lauren was pretty mad at me after that, but I think she was hangry, because she just eats these carbs that it's sugar. It doesn't give you fuel. So all the Timbits and the bear claw and all that stuff. So they bring us our dinner. It was basically oatmeal that was not cooked with some twigs and berries on it that I think they scavenged for out in the yard. Probably had
no meat.
Which I'm sitting there and I'm smelling the fire pit. My mouth's watering right now. I'm smelling the fire pit. I'm like, I want a hot dog so bad, And Lauren and I we're just like, wouldn't a kosher hot dog be so good with the mustard and the stadium, the whole thing. We did not have that. We had some little oatmeal that they would give some POW, whatever. We're sitting there, and then why don't you tell them who came?
Who came?
The shaman.
The
She blocked it
shaman.
out. She doesn't even remember. She's like, who? I've repressed it already. This
A
weird,
lot
freaky
happened.
guy smelled worse than the women in the car, comes out in like athletic shorts and some kind of like, button down shirt. Looked so bizarre. Said, I'm a shaman. Had like these sandals on. He's standing there and he's like having us, I don't even remember what he said. He had us like shake, do this like Kundalini yoga. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where you shake, shake, shake. Do you remember it or not? Or did you block it
Yeah.
out?
Yeah, I remember it.
I said, he was kind of bombing. He was kind of falling off. So I said to the ladies, because I wanted to bring morale up. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but a lot of the gals, I'd say 4 out of 5 of the other gals that were there, and Lauren can attest this, were larger. They were on the bigger side, which I know is fine now. But, I felt like they're here. It kind of clicked for me in that moment. I thought, this is a weight loss camp. This is a weight loss weekend. So I said, I stood up, clapping. I said, I just have to say, ladies, it is an honor for me to be here with you. It is an honor for me to bear witness to your weight loss journey and your journey of, shedding that weight, getting rid of that skin, because winter is really the best time to lose weight because you can be in clothes and cover up, cellulite, things like that. And what happened next was a deal breaker. The shaman said, I'm going to stop you. He put this odd long cane kind of near me, to kind of keep me from going closer to the other ladies, and said, actually, I think here, you, Bonnie, have the most emotional and mental weight to lose.
He was being metaphorical, like baggage wise.
I thought it was a giant dig. I thought he was trying to humiliate me in front of a group of people when all I was trying to do was lift them up, raise their vibration, tell them good for you for not wanting to be a fat ass anymore. Sorry. There. I said it. I said what I really wanted to say. And I got smacked down trying to be a strong friend
I
and
think it was just a
fellow member.
misunderstanding.
So then it gets dark. We're not allowed to eat again. We're only allowed to have like, boiled water or whatever. And there was a bunk bed situation. Lauren was going to be on the top. And I thought, I don't know where I am. I don't know what this is. What if this rickety bunk bed just, collapses and she kills me, which would be her dream come true. Her and Tanya would go take my house, like I always say, and all my cars and all my things and all my jewelry. She's probably like up on the top bunk, like with a little screwdriver unscrewing it. So I said, I'd prefer you sleep next to me on the floor. But I have this, before everybody else, I have this amazing, like Bear Grylls style sleeping bag. So she was completely comfortable. Her and I are laying there.
I
And
actually have bruises on my back from that. It wasn't that comfy.
maybe
Not
that's
as
something.
comfy as
Maybe
you
that's
think it is. I mean, have you ever slept in it?
no, I do not. I don't do camping. I didn't even think this. To me, this is the most camping I've ever done in my life. I didn't think it was camping. I basically thought we are going to like a 4 seasons. And I really blame you because I sent you all the intake forms. I sent you everything to go over. You should have told me, hey, XXX, you're not going to like this. It was about, I'd say 2 a.m. What would you say? What time was
Yeah.
it? When you and I looked at each other, we said, we got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
2 or 3. We packed up really quietly because we didn't want to wake the ladies. And when
After
it
the dance thing, I was ready to get out of there.
yeah, she really had a hard time
I
with
ruined
that.
it for me.
All right. Wow. Well, at least she didn't get publicly crucified. So we walk out to the road because we realize we don't have a car, our cell phones aren't working, we're in the middle of nowhere, and we just start hitchhiking. And Lauren's, putting her thumb up to like an old, 1982, Winnebago. I'm thinking, put your hand down. We hitchhiked to the, anything 2012 and up, we'll take. Well, you're not gonna believe this. My girlfriend Cheryl was in her big beautiful white Escalade. I said she has that hilarious the vanity license plate that says like bitch. She had to say bitch. So she comes flying and I'm like, Cheryl, wave my arms, girl, let's see us. Because she was picking her sons up from Gatlinburg because they're in a fraternity, but they were there. And I think they just were like, Mama, we don't want to stay the night tonight. I think what
They were
happened.
hammered.
I
All of
think
them.
what they were dealing with is what Jacob's always dealing with, too much CBD, because they're athletes too, so they're not drinking. Um, and they were just like, Mama, we don't want to drink, we don't want to be around all this stuff. We want to come home. And actually, they took a liking to Lauren in the car. And I thought, this is what you
Disgusting.
need. You need you need a finance, some young guy in business school um who
No.
has his stuff together. I think at one point one of them was giving her a massage. I thought, now that's the yoga retreat I want to go to. Getting a massage from a nice young man. I think you were not too mad about it. You didn't tell him to stop.
I told him to stop multiple times.
So then we went to my favorite place, Margaritaville, and we had lunch, or not lunch. I guess that'd be breakfast. Um, and they had done something. They sent out an Amber Alert, and they were like calling the police frantically when we weren't there the next morning. I thought, oh my God, we have free will, don't we? So it didn't go well, but there's always next time. Brynnlee actually wants to talk to me after class today, so she's probably going to apologize for the whole thing.
Good.
So, talk to you soon.
All right.